Namaste Angels. This is going to be a client reading for women for whom I've never read before, and I've been trying to or wanting to read for her for some time. She has very patiently waited through all my foolishness with my laptop and Mercury retrograde, and subsequent to that, I've been trying to get her reading up, and my father was in the hospital. It's just things just kept popping up, and I'm like, whatever, like something doesn't want me to do the reading. So she wasn't alone. There were other people who patiently waited, but I don't know. I was with her. I've been moved to do this additional reading for her, or these additional spreads. Not necessarily, you might want to call it a reading, but these additional spreads. One is going to be of abundance, not necessarily financial, but it does heavily focus on financial abundance. And I want to see what's in store in the near future for her, and what she can do for herself to try to bring about some increase. And I also want to look at the next 8 months for her, like how I did the 12 months forecast for some of you, see what she has in the remaining 8 months. This is like separate and apart from her regular reading. Now, I don't know her sign. We didn't all the time that we've been going back and forth talking, like a month, I still didn't take any of her information because I don't require any. So it's like, if people want to tell me something they can, or ask me something they can. If they don't want to, that's fine too. So I don't know anything about her. I don't know her sign or anything like that. But I have noticed a pattern with some of the other people. So it was like right after Mercury retrograde, the first readings that I did, not on purpose, totally for me, random. The way the universe gave them to me, obviously not random, but they were all Geminis. So it was like Mercury is a ruler of Gemini. It was like we were waiting for that Mercury energy to leave so that I could read for these Geminis. And then next was Leo. And I still have a Leo to do, actually. Next was Leo, and one last week decided that she didn't want the reading. Instead, she wanted to send me the additional money towards a divine light cleanse for her masculine. So we did that instead. And I have one remaining Leo that for whatever reason I didn't do last week. That's weird, but it's like they come in groups. And so yesterday I did 2 Cancers. Again, this is all, by accident. So I don't know, again, what this young lady's sign is. But yeah, I went from Gemini to Leo and then came back to Cancer. It wasn't in order. It must have something to do with the way, the different things that are going on in the celestial system and around us. So anyway, happy to finally be doing readings for her. And like I said, let's start with a forecast of the next 8 months. We'll begin with True Gem. So this is about value and worthiness and deservingness, and can be about a surprise that, on its way to you, gifts, maybe even something special coming your way. May have to do with an air sign, maybe specifically a Gemini, or, someone ruled by Mercury, Venus, like Gemini, Libra. And that would also fit with communication. Right? The air signs are the communication signs. In fact, Gemini is the great communicator of the zodiac. And Mercury is the communication planet. Gemini. And Wallflower, which for me is often a Gemini, Scorpio, or Capricorn. It's somebody of the nature that would be invited to a party, like people like to be around them, a Gemini, Scorpio, or Capricorn, but they might not participate once they're there. Now, really what the card means for me is it's a free will choice is coming up. And the question is, are you going to sit it out or dance? Speaking of Capricorn, opening to Money, which is another card that's about value and deservingness and worthiness and worth, of ourselves and other parties. And can be about a gift, something material abundance too. I get usually an 8 or an ace of Pentacles feel from this card. Next to True Gem, I think it's more so like an ace. Like abundance being on its way. It's about increase. I'm going to cut on that note, that positive note. And freedom. Maybe financial freedom in the future. Lying ahead for you. Freedom card also represents air signs for me, most specifically Aquarius, but it can be any air, as this woman is here floating in the air. Overall energy is union. So off to a good start. So, May, June, July, August. September, October, November, December, May. Brunette female. So this deck, this card in this deck for me is representative of a karmic feminine energy. It does not necessarily mean that you will have a run-in with a female. It may not be an actual person. Karmic feminine energy can be something celestial, similar to Mercury. Right? Mercury is a masculine, a male planet, though. Say like Black Moon Lilith. Could, just for argument's sake, or for example, was present with the new moon. A lot of times when there's a new moon, that's when, there are other factors, but that's when we'll see a black moon. So let's just say, for argument's sake, the next new moon, she showed up in May. That could affect some of your surroundings. However, there can be an actual female, perhaps, maybe not, if not directly, indirectly, that is particularly significant and or impactful upon your life in one way or another. But again, it's a karmic energy, and I'm putting it in quotes because it's it can very well be karmic in the derogatory sense, as in, connected to perhaps your divine masculine and an obstacle to your union. Or it can be karmic without the air quotes, as in just simply of the universe, destined, containing a lesson that you need to experience. You'll learn something that month, and it can be like annoying challenges that pop up in order to teach you this lesson. That's May. June, Ice Queen. This is funny because June is, well, May too, towards the end of May, from May 21st, and then the month of June through June 21st, is Gemini season. And again, Venus is a ruler of Gemini, and this card is representative, not only of Venus, but of the air signs in general. So certainly Gemini will be one of them. And if you are not one yourself, then maybe there is a Gemini who will be particularly impactful for you. Venus may be in retrograde then too, June. I believe so. I believe she is. No, not that she'll be retrograde. It's that she enters Gemini. That's what it is. She enters. I'm not even sure. She might not be retrograde at all this year, actually, now that I think about it. I know Pluto and Saturn are this month. I think they both go direct at the end of April. I don't think she's, but yeah, she enters Gemini. That's what it is. In June, on the 8th. On the 8th. It's a very flirty time. Maybe that's where your, if you're not an air sign, sun sign, maybe that's where your Venus is. Mine is there. I'm so Gemini. My sun is there. My Venus is there. My Mercury is there. I mean, it's just like everything. this is going to mean something for you, though. This is about Venus more so than it's about anything else. It's about that period of when she's in Gemini. I think it's June 8th through July 3rd or something like that. You know, don't quote me. July. Speaking of July. True love. So, could be on the heels of this because, of course, Venus is the planet of love. And when she's in Gemini, she's super flirty. Super flirt. I mean, Geminis are flirts. I don't know if you know any. If you're not one, I don't know if you know any. But we're natural flirts. It's not on purpose. It's just like our personality that people consider. Sometimes people get confused. They think that we're flirting with them when we're just being friendly. Seriously. And, you know, no shade and no phoniness about it. We have her looking here at this true love that arrives in July. So I think you may meet somebody or be reunited with someone or ignited with someone, your connection deepen. Probably would have been easier if I had done this spread after your regular reading. Yeah, but I think that this is nice. You meet somebody or something. There's a connection, the deepening of a connection and or commitment in June that gives way to this. And then that's July. And then August, courting man. So continuing along that same path every month, they're getting deeper and stepping up the progress. September. Boom. Wow. Don't you like that? So it's like, get this karmic obstacle out of the way, right, in May. Here comes Venus in June, mixing up the love. It manifests here in July, like for real. Here we have a masculine, a male, possibly stepping up. And there's a soulmate connection here on the heels of that. Very nice. So are we up to September now? September, I believe. Children. So this children card is very Empress-like for me. It represents new starts. Of course, there can be actual children that are significant, particularly significant in your life during the month of September. You know, maybe your own, maybe this masculine's, maybe both. Being the Empress, it's a card of fertility for me. This could be a good time to work on getting pregnant if you're interested in doing that. This can be a month where you're learning that you are pregnant. If it's not with an actual baby, particularly fertile with ideas, especially with it sitting here underneath, you know, Venus herself. Wow, really awesome. Now, November tends to be, and when I was doing these yearly forecast, November was particularly awesome because there's so much that goes on in November. You know, my viewers, we celebrate King Osiris's birthday. From the first year that I came on in 2016, he told me to have his birthday celebrated on November 19th, and you know, has been showing us examples as to why it is November 19th and that he is indeed the Scorpion King. Even the movie that talk about Osiris or whatever, the movies with The Rock, you know, it's called the Scorpion King. Yeah, it's funny. So we have that, and also the Prophet Muhammad's birthday celebrated around the same time. And this past year, it was indeed celebrated on November 19th. So we were celebrating both of those, like King Osiris and, you know, a human incarnation of him, or what's believed to be by many, many people for many, many years now, many hundreds of years. Yeah, there's a lot of other special stuff that happens in November. So it's been good. Now, there were like a couple of us, maybe like 3 or 4, that it was just like, So let's see how yours is. I expect it to be nice. Freedom. Lightness. This is really genuine happiness. And I like it sitting here underneath true love. And I like it crossing the Ice Queen. Because to me, it's really Aquarian energy. And true freedom, like not being restricted to anything. You just have all this new life and, birth of surrounding you. Love, all kinds of healthy, positive energies. And it just keeps continuing to grow. And then December, mature woman, I was saying, continues to grow. Look what it grows into. Right? After all of this, this is probably a new and improved you. Not that there's anything wrong with you now, but again, continue on this path, growing emotionally, growing, maturing spiritually as well. And probably your gifts and everything deepening as this other stuff deepens. Wow, I'm happy to have done that for you. That was a really nice one. The progress of it, and then the overall energy of union. That was a really nice one. All right, so let's look at some abundance, beginning with pay yourself first, which is probably connected to right now. And speaking of Venus and Aries, it's all about putting yourself first. First and foremost, let's love you. Let's take care of you, and then other people. Make yourself the most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. And opening to windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. Windfall of abundance. Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid, but only if you make a free will choice. Like, are you going to sit it out or are you going to dance? Right? Free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. Oh. Windfall of abundance. And conscious consumer, rather. You have the power to heal and to help the world with your decisions to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only what you need. Windfall of abundance. Block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention, so it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. Overall energy is words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you will attract for yourself and others. Divine being, this is you. Recent past. Again, this is an abundance spread. Higher self. Very near future. Blocks to your growth, progress. What you can do to help yourself, these two cards in that area. How can you take action to increase your abundance? Specifically what the universe wants you to do and wants to help you with. But this is something you're going to have to affirm. Like it just said, we just read that card that said you're going to have to use your free will to ask for help and to commit to it. Same, that's what this card is all about. And when you do, they will provide that full support to you. And the outcome. All right, divine being. Clean energy food. When you fuel your body with a healthful organic diet, you increase your energy levels and your ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. So I wanted to say something about organic food. There are like 4 tiers of organic food. And so some of them are actually processed. They're packaged foods that are labeled organic. Of course, what's actually organic is, fruits and vegetables and grains and stuff that have no pesticides on them, that were grown completely in a clean and unindustrialized way, not harming anyone or anything with any chemicals in order for them to grow. Additionally, any animals that were not industrially farmed, that were farmed on a small farm and allowed to graze freely, fed only grass, not grains that could possibly fill them up with sugar and, cause not only them a problem, but subsequently anyone who eats them later a problem. Only free range, only grass fed, and no hormones, no antibiotics, no nothing. That's organic. That's what's truly organic. Everything else, people pick up vegetables and fruit and they think that means it's automatically safe. That means it's not modified. That means it's not, unhealthy. And any and everything that is inorganic is potentially a danger and is modified, is processed, period. Even if it comes from nature, or it looks as if it comes from nature. So that's what you want to be conscious of when you talk about clean energy food and organic products, organic food. Recent past. Unlimited ideas. Have you been thinking, having all kinds? You know what? This is probably Neptune that was giving you all kinds of dreams and goals and fantasies. Maybe actually in your dreams. It's a very Piscean energy that surrounded us all for quite some time. Like all of last year, before that, there were so many planets and things that were stationed in Pisces. And then this was the outcome. And recently, most recently, it was Mercury that was not only stationed in Pisces, but like retrograde there. And so there were a lot of ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. All right, so let's see what the higher self is thinking here. Ask for your needs to be met, just like the card I was just talking about. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make the free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. Doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. So your higher self nudging you to seek support, either etheric, ascended support, or support on this plane, or both, like the immediate near future. The near future. Donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you. And know that your generosity will be returned to you many-fold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources that you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So that's your homework. Blocks. What's in your way? Release resentments about money. Yeah, that can block us for sure. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool that you can use to better the world. And this shift will help you to attract support and golden opportunities. And we're talking about bettering the world with money, and look what it's crossing here. Donations, tithing, and charitable work. The universe wants you to do this for the flow. Okay, it's up to you, to whom or what organization or whatever you do. and how you do. It doesn't have to be actual money. It can be your time, volunteering for some sort of program or something. Somebody, somebody or some organization helps you toward your spiritual growth. It's a good idea if maybe you don't go to church, but it's a good idea for you to think of them and make some sort of donation to them. That's going to help. This is going to help you to remove this block out of your way. What else can you do for yourself? Remember that God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. What else can you do to help yourself? Pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have the savings to invest in your present and your future. What the universe also wants you to do to help yourself and wants you to do, and wants to help you with, but you're going to have to affirm to it first. And it's sitting right here next to this give God permission or give the angels permission card. It is visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. And look what this is crossing, the unlimited ideas. So it's like keep focused on these. Don't let and other ones, new ones. Keep your thoughts away from anything that's negative. Right? Any resentment, any regret, guilt, inability to forgive, jealousy, envy. Stay away from all that kind of stuff. Gossip, and just focus on manifesting. And that's what's going to help you. And the outcome. Windfall of abundance would be the outcome. If you follow these steps, an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. I hope you have enjoyed this. I will be back to you again with your actual reading, love and what's going on around you in a general sense, all that kind of stuff. All right. Namaste.